Dexter Season 8 episode review video. Before I get into that, though, pretty important, if you're not caught up to the point where I am every week you're watching Dexter, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention as well as put in the description for you. If that happens to be the case and you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. This will be Dexter Season 8 Episode 9. The title of this episode is called Make Your Own Kind of Music. And this will be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode. Hannah and Dexter wake up. Hannah mentions that she's so sorry about what happened to Zach Hamilton. Dexter and Hannah tell each other that they love each other. Dexter asks Dr. Evelyn Vogel about the song that was playing when he found Zach in his apartment. Zach possibly left Dexter a clue to his killer's identity, because Zach did learn from him. Dexter tells Dr. Evelyn Vogel that he didn't say goodbye to Hannah. He says they're going to make a life together. Dr. Vogel tells Dexter that having two different worlds are dangerous. Curtis Lemansky from The Shield is talking to Elway. He's U.S. Marshal Max Clayton in this show, although it says Cooper in IMDb, but it is Max Clayton. It says that in Amazon as well as IMDb, but it's Clayton. I've double-checked it 3 different times in 3 different scenes when he actually says his name, and he's going to look into Hannah McKay's whereabouts. Quinn wants Deb to look into Cassie's killer and shows her the Zach Hamilton file. Deb goes to visit Dexter. Deb thinks Dexter was at a serial killer's convention in the Keys when he was with Hannah and Zach Hamilton. The blood is a match to Dr. Evelyn Vogel. She has no family. She had 2 sons, Daniel and Richard, but they're both dead. She says her older son Daniel killed Richard when they were younger. It's what led her into this field. Dr. Vogel says Daniel died in a fire as she had sent him to an institution in England. What the fuck? Daniel Vogel is Oliver Saxon, based on a face scan. Batista brings Marshal Max Clayton to talk to Dexter, or Cooper, if you want to call him what IMDb and Amazon say. Dexter warns Hannah about Marshal Clayton and not to go see Arlene right away. He'll drive her. Deb meets with Quinn for lunch. I believe it was lunch. Quinn wishes he had Deb's sources. Deb wants Quinn to buy her lunch and 2 fucking desserts. Why did she have to say fucking there? Hannah and Dexter go visit Arlene. Marshal Clayton, or Marshal Cooper, also show up at Arlene's place. Dexter tells Clayton he's been the one that's been helping Arlene. Deb goes to see Jamie at Dexter's place. Harrison mentions, "Look, Aunt Deb, I can write my name." Okay, so Harrison might be the worst character on Dexter now that I think about it. Not necessarily this version of Harrison, but things he does later on in the season and the things that he does in Dexter New Blood. God, I know, but there's things about him that annoy me. Jamie tells Deb about Oliver and Cassie's trip to the Bahamas, where Cassie did not want to go. Dexter wants Hannah to go to Deb's place. Quinn and Deb go to talk to Oliver Saxon. Saxon says that they had something special. He tells them that they had something special and they were going to go to the Bahamas when Jamie had told Deb that the Bahamas were not something that Cassie wanted to do. And Deb knows that Saxon lied to them. Quinn kisses Deb. He doesn't know why he did it, but he did it. Deb gets home and Dexter and Hannah are there, and what the fuck, Deb says. Dexter tells Deb he needs a place where Hannah can stay. Deb surprisingly agrees to let Hannah stay for a couple nights. I'm not sure why she did. All these things she gets pissed off about, she agrees to initially and then retracts her thinking later on. But Deb, like I said, she agrees to let her stay for a couple nights, and then Dexter tells Deb to stay away from Saxon, as he could be more dangerous than she thinks. Dexter finds out Saxon has already moved out of his place. All of a sudden, very quickly, when there's just a thinking that he might be a suspect, he's out of there. Dexter makes Harrison pancakes, but Harrison only cares about going to see Hannah, and he only cares about cartoons, and he only cares about playing on Deb's treadmill. Oh, well, that's a couple episodes from now. He wishes that Hannah could be his mom. The DNA at Saxon's place matches that he is Evelyn Vogel's son. Vogel knows Dexter is going to try and kill Oliver Saxon / Daniel Vogel. She says she's not going to let him kill him. Dexter thinks that Saxon has some spyware on Vogel's computer. Dexter tells Hannah he can't believe that Dr. Vogel thinks her son can be helped. He tells Hannah he's putting Saxon on his table. Either way, Hannah tells Dexter there's no life for her here in Florida. She wants Dexter and Harrison to go to Argentina with her. What's so goddamn special about Argentina? It's not that great of a place. Go to Australia or something. Dexter says yes, they're going to go and move to Argentina. Okay. Dexter says he can give his notice at Miami Metro. Matthews tells Batista that Zach Hamilton's parents have reported him missing. Batista meets with Deb and gives her her shield, saying she can come back whenever she wants, and Deb tells Batista she needs a little bit more time to think about it. Batista says that she can take all the time that she needs. Where's Miller? Where's Soderquist? Quinn tells Deb Saxon isn't answering his phone and has cleared out his place. He couldn't have gotten this far without her help. That's what Quinn says. Deb gets home and says, "You cleaned?" Hope she can still find shit, so Hannah cleans her place and then Deb's mad. You know, honestly, sometimes I like to have a little clutter here and there, and then when it gets cleaned up, then I can't find the things that I normally would find right away. So I get it, where Deb's coming from. It's not like I'm some sort of neat freak. In some areas I am, in some areas I don't really care. But Hannah has made some food and actually offers Deb some, and Deb says, "Are you kidding?" But then Deb decides to actually eat some of the salad. She says she can't believe that she's eating food that Hannah McKay made. Marshall Max Clayton, a.k.a. Cooper, whatever you want to call him, shows up at Dexter's apartment. Harrison tells Clayton that his mom is in the picture, his mom being Rita, although I think he is actually talking about Hannah, because I don't think Harrison really remembers his mom. Elway is mad that Deb tells him that Deb didn't tell him that Hannah dated her brother. Dexter meets Vogel for some tea. She's going to meet with Daniel Vogel / Oliver Saxon, and Dexter will sedate him, and then they'll take him to a facility. Dexter gives Dr. Vogel one of Hannah's potions, and she passes out. Saxon / Vogel, whatever you want to call him, goes to dinner, and him and his mom used to go, plays the same song over and over. Make your own kind of music. And the last couple of days, that song actually keeps popping up in my head, and I'm getting tired of hearing it. Not my cup of tea. Dexter follows Saxon out of the diner. He knew that Dexter was following him as Dexter's tires were slashed. Dr. Vogel is upset that Dexter had drugged her. She doesn't trust Dexter anymore. Dr. Vogel says, "Leave us alone, Dexter." Dexter says he'll kill Saxon and leave Miami forever, as Oliver / Daniel, Saxon / Vogel, whatever you want to call him. And Dr. Vogel watched Dexter leave, and then they decide to have a little breakfast, which is what ends the episode. So, all in all, this episode, it just didn't seem right to me. That's what I gather from it. I don't know. Something was off about this. They had random things happen. I still like it. It's still better than some TV shows. But this was a low dip in quality, at least for this episode. I'm going to score it a 7.3 out of 10. My characters of the episode, I'm going to give it to Quinn and I'm going to give it to Deb. Now, it's been a few days since I've actually watched the episode, so maybe I'm forgetting something, and maybe the characters of the episode should be somebody different. But I always do all this stuff after I watch the episode. I just don't record the video till the next day, the day after, the day after that. But it's been a few days at least since I watched this episode. So you've heard me talk about the episode. Now it's your turn, and I just might leave my original review of this episode in the end screen, which would be right over here with about 20 seconds left in this video to go. Make sure you smash that like button if you're a fan of Dexter or Dexter New Blood to help me out with the YouTube algorithm. Share the video with anybody you want. Put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are in this episode. What would you score it? Who would be your male? Who would be your female character of the episode? Can you spot Soderquist? Can you spot Miller? Because I didn't see them, but maybe I just missed them, because Soderquist has been making very quick appearances, and then he's done. And then Miller was supposed to be this important character that was going to be the new sergeant, and then I don't think we've seen Miller since the episode where Batista told Quinn that he was going to promote her. The last time I remember seeing her was when Matthew's like, well, Angel, you haven't told me who the new sergeant's going to be. I'm a little surprised by that. And then he looks at her, and it shows her at her desk. That, I think, was the last time that I saw her, but I could be wrong. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, you took the time to watch the video, so make sure you hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special, and JDev will return.